Hi, I'm recording a very short video just to give my general impressions of this year's IATEFL Conference, which is taking place here at Brighton. Unfortunately, tomorrow I won't be at the conference, but it's been a very intense conference and a very good conference. It began for me on Monday with the pre-conference event. I joined the Global Issues SIG event alongside the Visual Arts Circle, and apart from the reflection we had with fantastic presentations about how to incorporate social issues and global issues into the work we do in class, we also had the presence and the workshops run by Emma Louise Pratt, who showed us how we can actually bring about the topic of social issues and global issues through artistic expression and the power this can have for us teachers of language as well. And if you haven't been to the mass media area in the conference center, make sure you go and visit it, because Emma has done some fantastic artwork which represents what has been happening during the conference. So don't miss it, have a look at it, because I think it's a very important aspect of the work we do, the ability to express ourselves in several different ways. I think this conference, for me, the strong point of the conference was that the idea of expression of your voice as a teacher, the student's voice, our voices as women, our voices as teachers, wherever we are. It was such a strong voice during this conference. It came up as a topic and a theme in so many sessions, and in a way, I don't think it was planned theme, but I think it emerged almost organically during the conference. I think it began, and I just made some notes here, so I'm going to look at it. I think really with Lourdes Ortega's opening, when she brought about the topic of second language research, research into second language acquisition, and how it's brought into the classroom or how it's not brought into the classroom, and what is relevant, what isn't, and the importance of this for us, even if we might, for example, do it through smaller projects or research in the classroom or so on. It is important for our field, and it will inform a lot of things we do. So I think her talk was very good to give us this dimension. I think the plenary the following day was another very important talk by Dorothy Zemek in the industry, the LT industry, publishing. I think it resonated deeply with a lot of us teachers. It resonated with a lot of people involved in publishing as well. And it was a very strong plenary session. I think it drove a few truths home. And this is where I come back to the idea of voice. What voices do we hear when we go to a conference? The voices which are chosen to represent us or to be heard in a conference matter a lot, and that is significant. And on today, the third day, the plenary by Britta Fernandez-Schmitz was simply superb. It was a completely different angle for IATEFL because it touched on social issues, and Britta's work with the Women for Women organization. It was very difficult for me personally not to feel emotional about the plenary. And by the way, you can all watch these plenary sessions via IATEFL online. So make sure you do, because I think these three plenaries were unmissable. A lot said during the plenary sessions. And I think it made us just consider a bit more deeply you know, our role in society and our role as teachers. For me, I think, you know, never underestimating people's potential. And I think that was a strong message today, and the importance that learning a language can mean to someone, how representative it is. So that was my feeling about the 3 plenaries I saw. I saw also some fantastic sessions and talks. The ones which I really enjoyed was Carol Reed's on little sponges, on the children picking up learning, and it picked up on some of the themes which Lourdes Ortega brought up about research in SLA. And Carol picked up on this as well in relation to teaching young learners, but then made her point of what is important for us to deal with in the classroom as teachers of young learners, and the importance of understanding how we deal with our little ones. I also particularly liked Scott Thornbury's talk on hyperpolyglots. And I liked it because it brought another side to language teaching, which is the side of those who don't need formal instruction and how they see it. And I think it's important for us to understand that, especially in a world today where most of our students will have access to cable TV or will have Netflix or something like that, how much learning actually happens outside the classroom, and the fact that we can't really ignore this is happening. So that was important for me. I loved Zoltan Donier's session, who's specifically focusing on an aspect of psychology, which is group dynamics, and how that relates to creating safe learning spaces. So that was particularly interesting for me. And also a session I attended on task-based learning with Jane Willis that I liked as well. I thought it made us rethink. I think it brought a slightly new approach to TBL, one which might be slightly more doable for some teachers, less daunting perhaps. So I thought that was a good aspect to the session. There were other sessions I went to and I enjoyed. One on which touched on the issue of makerspace and how that was being done as part of a research project in Germany. That was very, very good. I participated in the Young Learner. There was a debate on about education for young learners and if it's edutainment or not. That was quite good to be part to watch. And I also joined the meeting of the Fair List, which is really important as a member of Bras TESOL. And we have in Bras TESOL the Voices SIG, and they're planning for a conference this year, a number of activities based on empowering women, which is important. So it's good to be part of the meeting for the Fair List. I thought all in all, this was a really, really good IATEFL from Monday till to the end of today. And I don't think there was a single session I thought, wasn't worthwhile me being there. Thought the organisation was fantastic, and in general, it was really rewarding and really enjoyable. So what I'll do is I'll add a few links to some of the things I saw. I'm making reference to the pages as well, which people shared, and you'll get all of those links, and you can follow that up. And then you can watch some of the videos. Some of the sessions were filmed as well on IATEFL online, and some of the speakers decided to record themselves. So you'll find a good number of sessions which speakers are sharing freely over Facebook. So, worth checking that out as well. So all in all, fantastic to have been part of this year's IATEFL, and I hope to be able to join it again next year. Who knows?